Pokémon Sword and Shield are finally here, introducing a completely new region and a fresh roster of brand new Pokémon. Although Pokémon are technically fictional creatures, their designs take a lot of inspiration from animals and objects in the real world. Just take a look back at the originals. Jigglypuff was obviously based on a balloon, Executor is like an overweight coconut tree, and Psyduck is, well, you know, a duck. They were able to start off pretty simple with the designs, but in 2019, with over 800 Pokemon and 8 generations of games, Game Freak has had to get a bit more creative and take inspiration from species of animals that might not be known by most people, and also inanimate objects. On that note, we'll be spending today's episode of The Countdown breaking down 10 new Pokemon inspired by real life. Number 10. Wooloo. Wooloo is probably the most obvious entry on this entire list. If you somehow need help seeing it, Wooloo is a sheep. It's not just any ordinary sheep though, seeing as it's a bit puffier than your standard sheep, and it's even rocking some braids on both sides of its head. Apparently, just like regular sheep, Wooloo's wool never stops growing throughout its entire life. And if you shave Wooloo, its wool will grow back completely in 3 months. Regular sheep might not have the same attack powers as Wooloo, but did you know that they have a depth perception and field of vision nearly twice the size of humans? It probably comes in handy when looking out for wolves. Am I right? Number 9. Sobble. You can plan to see all 3 of the new starter Pokemon on this list, but first, we're going to talk about our little blue friend, Sobble. Sobble can be best described as a water version of a chameleon. Chameleons are best known for being able to camouflage themselves in order to hide from predators, and Sobble has the ability to camouflage itself within a body of water. Sobble also has the same sort of slouched over posture that chameleons have, and its limbs look very similar to what you'd see in a chameleon as well. Number 8. Scorbunny. The second starter on our list, Scorbunny is a fire-type bunny Pokemon. While it's pretty obvious that Scorbunny was inspired by some sort of rabbit, we think that the creators could have specifically based its design on the albino rabbit. Just like Scorbunny, albino rabbits have a red shade to their eyes, which could be seen as cool or creepy depending on who you ask. Unlike actual rabbits though, Scorbunny stands up straight in the same way that Bugs Bunny does. It also kind of reminds us of a track athlete or someone running in a marathon or something like that. Number 7. Dreadnought. Dreadnought is one of the cooler looking new Pokemon that we've seen this year. He's a water and rock type Pokemon with a jaw that almost resembles a bear trap. Dreadnought looks like it would take down almost any other Pokemon if it were to use a bite or crunch attack, and we're fairly certain that the creators of this guy took a lot of inspiration from snapping turtles. Snapping turtles can be found all over North America, and they're known for being quite dangerous. When in the water, snapping turtles don't pose much of a threat and are more likely to run and hide, but if you approach one on land, there's a good chance that it won't be too happy about it. Number 6. Poltegeist. It's quite difficult to figure out whether or not this Pokemon's design is a great idea or a completely ridiculous one. Poltegeist is a ghost inside of a teacup. Yeah, that's right. We're not joking. More specifically though, Poltegeist is inspired by a Japanese folklore by the name of Morinji no Okama, which was a spirit that supposedly appeared in the form of a possessed tea kettle. On top of that, the world of Pokémon Sword and Shield is greatly inspired by Great Britain, and everyone knows that the British love their tea. Whether you like it or hate it, Poltegeist is definitely a Pokemon that's gonna stick in your memory, and we honestly have to give Game Freak some props for creating something so ridiculously hilarious. Number 5. Cramorant. Cramorant is a big, goofy-looking blue bird that's both water and flying type, and it's pretty clearly inspired by the cormorant bird. I mean, it's so obvious that Game Freak only switched 2 letters around when naming this new Pokemon. Cramorant is best known for its ability to launch fish out of its throat as an attack towards its enemies, which seems fitting because cormorants strictly only eat fish. At first glance, we wanted to call this thing a dodo bird, but it turns out dodo birds look a whole lot different. Who knew? Number 4. Obstagoon. Obstagoon looks like if you took a badger and made him a supervillain in some kind of animal-based superhero movie. It's pretty clear that he's up to no good, and it's also pretty clear that his design is inspired by the British badger. As we mentioned earlier in the list, Sword and Shield are taking a lot of inspiration from Great Britain for the new region, and anyone from the UK knows that badgers are pretty common. There are approximately 288,000 badgers across Great Britain, but none of them look just as menacing as Obstagoon. If you take a look at the white markings on this Pokemon's face, it's pretty obvious that the British badger was largely influential in this creation. Number 3. Corviknight. Swords, shields, knights, and all things medieval are what you can expect to find in the new Pokemon games, and Corviknight is a Pokemon that fits the theme to a T. Corviknight is not just any old bird, and its wings and head look a lot like the armor you might expect to find on a medieval knight. Corviknight is largely inspired by the Western jackdaw, a bird commonly found throughout Great Britain. Although the Western jackdaw might not be wearing a suit of armor, its color and stature clearly resemble Corviknight, and it's no wonder where this armored bird got its inspiration. Number 2. Grookey. The final starter on our list. Grookey is a small grass-type monkey Pokemon. Although people have been going crazy over Scorbunny and Sobble, I think Grookey is low-key the best looking of the 3 starters. But that's besides the point. This small green monkey is clearly inspired by the Ecuadorian squirrel monkey. Its face is identical to that of the squirrel monkey, and they even have similar markings on their fur above their face. Squirrel monkeys cannot be found in Great Britain though, and normally reside in rainforests. But we still think Grookey's design is pretty damn cool, and he's almost as cute as these real-life monkeys. Number 1. Yamper. Here it is. The number 1 spot on our list goes to a dog, of course. Although Growlithe might always be known as the number 1 Pokemon doggo, Yamper has made a great argument for itself. Yamper is very clearly inspired by the Welsh Corgi dog breed, all the way down to the color of its coat and the fluffy fur all over its body. Yamper looks like he's a very good boy, or girl, and we just love the fact that its tongue is constantly hanging out of its mouth. Yamper is an electric-type Pokemon, and hopefully he's just as good at battling as he is at being adorable. Either way, it's going to be hard not to add this little guy to your party on the road to collecting all 8 gym badges in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And that's a wrap for our video covering 10 new Pokemon in real life. What'd you think of our list? Who are your favorite new Pokemon? Let us know in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to click the bell to turn on notifications and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the countdown right here.